Gorakhpur, home turf of Yogi Adityanath, is seeing a big Vikas push. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated 3 mega projects: AIIMS Hospital, a fertilizer factory and a lab in Gorakhpur worth 10,000 crores. He said that double-engine government leads to speedy growth. Addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister launched a scathing attack on Samajwadi Party and its chief Akhilesh Yadav. He called Samajwadi Party power-hungry and said they don't work for the people. He's also accused Akhilesh of giving a free hand to mafias and also called SP a red alert for Uttar Pradesh. He's also attacked Akhilesh, saying that during his government, sugarcane farmers were made to suffer and their dues were not paid. He's hailed Yogi Adityanath for his work ending SP mafia culture from the state. He's also praised Yogi for curbing encephalitis menace and for setting up new medical colleges across the state.
आज का ये कार्यक्रम उन लोगों को भी करारा जवाब दे रहा है जिन्हें टाइमिंग पर सवाल उठाने का बहुत शौक है। ये लोग कभी इस बात को नहीं समझेंगे कि कोरोना के इस संकट काल में भी डबल इंजन की सरकार विकास में जुटी रही। पूरा यूपी भली भांति जानता है कि लाल टोपी वालों को लाल बत्ती से मतलब रहा है। लाल टोपी वाले यूपी के लिए रेड अलर्ट है, रेड अलर्ट। ये लाल टोपी वालों को सत्ता चाहिए। घोटालों के लिए, अपनी तिजोरी भरने के लिए लाल टोपी वालों को सरकार बनानी है। आतंकवादियों पर मेहरबानी दिखाने के लिए, आतंकियों को जेल से छुड़ाने के लिए
3 दशकों तक जिसके लिए 5-5 सरकारों ने हामी भरने के बाद अंततः इसे असंभव बनाया था, उसे नामुमकिन बनाया था, लेकिन उसे संभव बनाने और उसे अपने नाम के अनुरूप मोदी है तो मुमकिन है यह बनाने का जो एक कार्य आज साकार रूप से पूर्वी उत्तर प्रदेश और देश देख रहा है।
Abhishek Mishra is getting us more details. He joins us from Gorakhpur for more on that. Hugely significant, Abhishek, given that this is Yogi Adityanath's home turf essentially, and also a region that has Purvanchali's vote for the BJP. They voted the last time around also. The BJP wants to retain this particular voter base. We'll just connect with Abhishek in a bit from now. I apologize for that, but the Prime Minister was in Gorakhpur earlier today, where he launched a scathing attack on the Samajwadi Party and also has announced a series of projects. A fertilizer plant in Gorakhpur, the home turf of UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, also announcing an AIIMS for Gorakhpur. This is the big push of the Bharatiya Janata Party for the Purvanchali voters essentially, who have in fact been with the BJP, voted for the BJP the last time around as well. He's also raised the controversial issue of handling of the encephalitis infection, the yearly infection that we see in the Gorakhpur region that usually kills many children. The Prime Minister has said that this government, the BJP government, has been successful in handling encephalitis this time around, unlike the previous governments of the past where children used to die every single year because of Japanese encephalitis, where this region essentially is most vulnerable. Abhishek Mishra continues to be with us. Abhishek, if you can hear me, this move of, in fact, a big push as far as the development projects being announced in Gorakhpur is significant. There were questions on the healthcare infrastructure, especially in view of the perennial problem of encephalitis that we see in this region. And also, this is the Chief Minister's home turf, isn't it?
जो लोग देख रहे हैं Well, absolutely, and that is the only reason, Sneha, that today when PM Narendra Modi was there, he was not only just talking about the development projects which has come in Gorakhpur as far as health facilities are concerned, but also employment, because by the fertilizer plant, it is expected that thousands of people will be getting employment at the same time. Let me show you the visuals here. This is the AIIMS Gorakhpur, which is a dream project of CM Yogi Adityanath and of course PM Narendra Modi. And today onwards, it's going to give benefits to all those people, specifically in Purvanchal, who used to go to Delhi, to Lucknow and to other respective big cities for better healthcare. And this is what PM Narendra Modi has said. It is all very important with the fact that how this AIIMS was a much big demand from the not only from the BJP leaders, but also we have seen how the people were very keen for this hospital. But at the same time, we have seen that how PM Narendra Modi also hit out at SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav, clearly referring that whatever has happened in Purvanchal in past couple of years, the ignorance and to be aware of such people who have never thought about the development of this area. So clearly, politically also it has a lot of indications, but as far as the infrastructure development and healthcare facilities concerned, Gorakhpur has got the AIIMS, and from now onwards, it's not going to be a big issue as far as better health facilities are concerned. Yes.
All right, Abhishek, thanks for getting us up to speed with those developments. Some news just coming in. Akhilesh Yadav's show of strength in Western Uttar Pradesh holds a joint rally with RLD's Jain Chaudhary. Chaudhary slams Yogi, says he abuses Aurangzeb and must be ousted. This is a mega show of strength as far as Akhilesh Yadav's Samajwadi Party's alliance with the RLD is concerned, where Jain Chaudhary has gone on to hit out at the Chief Minister of UP. Yogi Adityanath is saying that Yogi abuses Aurangzeb and must be ousted. They're lashing out against the Chief Minister. Remember, Jain Chaudhary has joined hands with Akhilesh Yadav. RLD has come together with the Samajwadi Party in these elections, and it's a pre-poll alliance to take on the incumbent government in the state of UP. Akhilesh's mega show of strength in Western UP, where he's holding a joint rally with RLD's Jain Chaudhary. Top story is from Nagaland, where the state is on the edge after 6 coal mine workers were killed in army firing. 9 more people, including an army jawan, lost their lives in the protests and clashes that followed. Home Minister Amit Shah, in a statement in Parliament, has said the armed forces fired on vehicle of coal miners after they did not stop. The government has called the incident a case of mistaken identity.
Home to diverse tribes, colourful festivals and vibrant culture, Nagaland now is simmering. Innocent lives lost in an alleged case of mistaken identity by the army. Locals are angry, demanding justice. The firing tragedy at Mon district has left deep scars.
The first thing is that there is an extremely somber situation here in Mon district. Everyone is mourning the death of the civilians, and you can see how they are here in large numbers out on the street with placards largely saying they want a demand of the repeal of the AFSPA, which they are calling the draconian law. And the convoy is moving across the district, and it will ultimately reach Mo Oting, the village of the civilians.
Banners at entry gates of Mon seeking justice narrates the anger.
We are here at Mon district, where that horrible incident took place, civilian firing over a botched up operation. And you can see the situation over here. People are out on the streets, the locals protesting.
Hundreds, including CM Nefurio, gathered at the funeral of deceased civilians, laying wreaths on coffins and seeking removal of Armed Forces Special Powers Act.
हम हिंदुस्तान है biggest democratic country in the world, and this is a draconian law So it should be removed from our country.
An angry mob of around 500 had vandalized Assam Rifles camp and the office of the Konyak Union on Sunday. As tensions flared up, Army issued a statement regretting the incident. It also ordered an inquiry led by a Major General rank officer.
Now the army wants to make sure there are no cover-ups, and that's the reason why a probe has been ordered, headed by a Major General rank officer, to look into the sequence of events.
People of Nagaland are angry and upset. They took out candlelight march at Kisama village, which is the venue for famous Hornbill festival. The deaths of civilians in firing by security forces jolted parliament proceedings on Monday. Home Minister Amit Shah issued statements in both houses amid opposition sloganeering.
सेना द्वारा इन दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण मृत्यु के कारणों की जांच उच्चतम स्तर पर की जा रही है और कानून के अनुसार समुचित कार्यवाही की जाएगी.
The opposition took the government to task over the botched up operation.
AFSPA is a symbol of oppression, is an object of hate. It should be repealed. And may I know, sir, and may I know from the government, will the government give permission to sanction those killers?
The Nagaland government has announced an ex gratia of 5 lakh rupees each to the families. Section 144 has been imposed in the district and mobile internet has been suspended. With Shreya Chatterjee in Mon, Nagaland and Abhishek Bhalla in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
The Karnataka government has decided to include eggs in midday meals for students in at least 7 districts of the state. Students of classes 1 to 8 in government schools in these districts will be served boiled eggs along with cooked meals. The move comes after a number of civil society outfits under the umbrella of Our Food, Our Right wrote to the Karnataka Education Minister seeking eggs in the midday meals for kids in government schools. But the state government's decision invited strong opposition from many in the Lingayat and Jain communities who practice a vegetarian way of life. Lingayat seers have signed a petition and submitted to the Chief Minister Bomai, urging him to withdraw the order of providing eggs in midday meals. Speaking to India Today, Lingayat seer Swami Vachananth Guru has said that both Lingayats and Jains are pure vegetarians and that the move is going to lead to problems as far as religious rituals are concerned. Religious groups add that government should instead provide eggs at homes for children who want to consume them.
Recently, many surveys, particularly in Kalyan, Karnataka and Bijapur district, said that malnutrition among the school children is too much. Central government considered it seriously and they said, given extra fund to see that some special protein-rich food has to be given to the children. So we have started it. We have not forced any children to take a particular type of food.
लिंगायत हम प्योर वेजिटेरियन हैं. ये हमारा जो बच्चे जो स्कूल जाता है पढ़ने के लिए जाते हैं, ठीक है, प्रोटीन ठीक है, बच्चों के लिए प्रोटीन चाहिए. बहुत सारे वेजिटेबल्स में ही प्रोटीन्स मिलता है. अंडा खाने से ही सिर्फ अंडा में ही प्रोटीन नहीं है. इसके क्या होता है, हमारा संस्कार धार्मिक में बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम आता है, हमारा बच्चों बिगड़ जाता है. इसलिए इसकी हम तीव्र निंदा करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए सरकार.
Scary, the very latest as far as the fifth variant of concern is concerned. Omicron cases continue to spike in India with 2 fresh cases in Maharashtra. The country's tally of the new variant stands at 23. A 37-year-old man and his 36-year-old friend who returned from South Africa and the US respectively have tested positive for the Omicron variant. This happened on Monday. Both patients are asymptomatic and are presently admitted at the Seven Hills Hospital in Mumbai. 5 high-risk and 315 low-risk contacts of both of these patients have been traced. Further tracing is underway. Country, remember, reported the first cases of the Omicron variant on Thursday, and that was from Karnataka. Jaipur too has cases. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has asked people not to panic and to adhere to COVID protocol. Meanwhile, the WHO Technical Group on Immunization called SAGE is meeting today as we speak to discuss the recommendations for boosters amidst the surge of Omicron cases in India and outside.
There is continuous rise in Omicron variant of COVID-19 cases in the state of Maharashtra. First 2 cases of Mumbai were reported yesterday, which brings total number of Omicron variant COVID-19 cases in the state of Maharashtra to 10. A 37-year-old man had travelled from South Africa, Johannesburg to Mumbai. He was tested positive for COVID-19. His another friend who travelled from USA was also found positive for COVID-19. Now, both of them had taken Pfizer dose of COVID-19 vaccine. They have no symptoms, but they are right now admitted to the Seven Hills Hospital in Mumbai.
Karnataka has now reported 2 individuals who were infected with the Omicron variant. In fact, it took place right here in Bengaluru. Now, to make sure that the situation does not spiral out of control, the government has come out with certain guidelines and rules. 1, people must take 2 doses of the vaccination for them to enter any shopping complex, theatre or mall. And it has to be strictly enforced. 2, BBMP marshals will now fine people or those who do not wear their mask. It can be on the road or even when they are actually entering shopping complexes. And also managers and owners are asked to make sure that people in offices also follow the rules. Next, the Chief Minister has now changed the definition of a cluster. Earlier, if there were 10 plus cases in a particular area, it was defined or termed as a cluster. But as of now, it's 3 or more cases in any area is defined as a cluster because a large number of cases are coming up in hostels and educational institutions. What the government is also doing is making sure that all the samples are being sent for genome sequencing. And finally, what we're told is this: hospitals are now prepared. They tell us that the second wave took them by surprise. This time around, they are prepared and people need not worry. So very simple, wear your mask, please get your vaccination and follow COVID appropriate behavior. With video journalist Madhuwar, Nolan Pinto for India Today.
So far, Telangana has reported 0 Omicron confirmed cases, though 13 international passengers, they were tested COVID-19 positive after arrival at the airport. But when genome sequencing was done, their result came negative. That's the big relief. But like Telangana Health Minister was confirming us that government is ensuring and improving its infrastructure. Their strategy is 3-pronged. 1, mask. Second is large-scale testing, and third, vaccination, speedy vaccination. They have, in fact, the government of Telangana is in favor of booster dose, and in fact, the Health Ministry of Telangana has written to central government requesting them to enhance vaccination as well as go for booster dose, at least for frontline worker. With camera person Damodar, Ashish in Hyderabad for India Today.
दिन ब दिन बढ़ते कोरोना के मामले और उसमें भी गुजरात में पाया गया ओमिक्रॉन का मामला, उसके बाद प्रशासन काफ़ी अलर्ट पर है। अहमदाबाद के 1200 बेड सिविल अस्पताल के अंदर ओमिक्रॉन का वार्ड शुरू कर दिया गया है। आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे ओमिक्रॉन का ये जो वार्ड है, जो कोविड अस्पताल के तौर पर जाना जाता है, वहीं पर अब ओमिक्रॉन वार्ड जो है उसे शुरू कर दिया गया है। आप देख सकते हैं क्योंकि तैयारियां सारी पहले से ही प्रशासन के जरिए कर दी गई है। कहीं ना कहीं ये आशंका है कि अगर 1 या 2 मामले आए तो उसके बाद जो मामले हैं वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएंगे, जिसके चलते पहले से ही अस्पताल सारी तैयारियां कर रहा है। यहाँ पे सारे जो वेंटिलेटर्स है उसको भी यहाँ पे लगा दिया गया है, ताकि अगर पेशेंट आता है, इमरजेंसी में आता है, तो उनको जो ट्रीटमेंट है वो पूरी तरीके से ट्रीटमेंट मिल पाए। और जो 1200 बेड का ये पूरा अस्पताल है, जो कि कोविड अस्पताल के लिए जाना जाता है गुजरात में, तो वहाँ पे सारी जो तैयारियां है, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं एक डर सता रहा है, एक भय हम कह सकते हैं कि अगर ओमिक्रॉन के मामले शुरू हुए तो वो फिर लगातार जो मामले हैं वो बढ़ते जाएंगे। वैसे में जो तैयारी है प्रशासन के जरिए वो पूरी तरीके से की जा रही है।
Well, there is a growing demand for booster shots of the vaccines against COVID-19. India too is also trying to devise a strategy, and this has been delayed evidently. The WHO is all set to meet. In fact, the meeting is starting at 3, was supposed to start at 3 India Standard Time to discuss on recommendations for boosters for all the member countries. Here's more.
know that the virus has infected people who have received 2 doses of vaccine. We even know from the Israeli case that there is a person who had received a booster dose of a Pfizer vaccine, therefore 3 doses of vaccine, and still got infected. So we need much more clinical information.
There is a need and the time is now. That is the word from India's top vaccinologists, doctors, health experts on the 3rd dose or the additional dose for those with poor immunity that may be severely compromised. At a time when the world has been confronted with the 5th variant of concern, Omicron, and India is unspared, there is a growing demand for boosters in India, hoping it would offer further protection to those with compromised immunity. The government so far has said they are studying the need for the additional dose.
बूस्टर डोज के लिए इसके इम्पेरेटिव्स क्या हैं, ये सारा अध्ययन, जब मैंने कहा कि हम जो वैज्ञानिक पहलू हैं इसके, उसको बहुत ध्यान से स्टडी कर रहे हैं, इसके ऊपर पूरी नज़र है. इट्स एन ऑनगोइंग वर्क.
But the world is in a fix, say experts, and we can't wait, as vaccine hesitancy or complacency is also setting in.
There are some concerns for India. Number one, there has been a vaccine hesitancy growing over past 1 month. And rather than having at least 1 crore vaccination per day, we are having 50-60 lakh per day. So we need to escalate vaccination. Number two, we do not know whether this vaccine will protect this variant or not. And therefore, we need to have newer research and see that this variant is also covered in the vaccination program.
The efficacy is dipping down even to 34 to 44%. Therefore, the urgent need of a 3rd dose, which is now being called as a booster dose, but should be a part of the primary immunization. I think the boosters are extremely important in India. We should have a plan, especially for the healthcare workers, the vulnerable, and the elderly with comorbids.
The focus, however, of the government is on the 2nd dose coverage. INSACOG, the consortium of labs undertaking genomic sequencing, has said that vaccination of all remaining unvaccinated at-risk people and consideration of a booster dose for those 40 years of age and above, first targeting the most high-risk, high-exposure may be considered, since low levels of neutralizing antibodies from current vaccines are unlikely to be sufficient to neutralize Omicron. The risk of severe disease is still likely to be reduced. Sources within the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization say that they're deliberating on the matter. But just yet, there is little clarity on when the concrete set of proposals for the additional dose or the 3rd dose will be finalized. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.